Knowing how to manage your economy and government is key to success in Victoria 3. My name is Ludi and I am collaborating with Paradoxinteractive to help you better understand the changes to economy and government in Victoria 3 patch 1.5 and Colossus of the South DLC. We'll be covering the companies and new buildings, MAPI and local goods, as well as the legislation and how it affects your interest groups and population. The first new addition is that of the companies. Once you have a certain amount of specific buildings built, you will unlock various companies that can be established. In order to get the bonus from the companies, you need to reach 100 prosperity, which is achieved when the required good has at least a value of 25 or 1.25 times the global average. At 100 prosperity, you get varied bonuses depending on the company. This can range from plus 10% assimilation to flat out throughput bonuses for specific goods. The bonus can also be increased by having higher prestige, and there are a multitude of companies, including certain historical ones. Certain buildings have also been split up, such as fertilizers and explosives, arms industries and artillery foundries, shipyards and military shipyards, and there's also vineyards available for all of you sommeliers out there. All of this will help with a much more easier management of your production needs, especially in the mid to late game. The third major change to economy comes in the form of local goods and MAPI, which stands for Market Access Price Impact. Local prices is perhaps the biggest change that has arrived with the 1.5 patch, as it allows for a lot more varied gameplay focused on building the right buildings in states that have access to the right resource. You will now have a local price and a market price for each good, with the two being different and the MAPI mentioned earlier being a determining factor in the difference of price between a local and global. To make it simple to understand, higher MAPI means you should specialize in one state to get the max throughput bonuses, since you will be able to more evenly spread your goods around the country, whilst a lower MAPI means you should build all around the country, as some areas will lack resources due to your lower MAPI, or resources are just going to be more expensive and not productive to use in those specific areas. Having a higher MAPI is what you should be aiming for, and there's a few ways to get higher MAPI, including the technologies, stock exchange, Zeppelin, and macroeconomics. There's other ways such as state specific, as with Lorraine, which has a extra 5% MAPI, and there's also laws that can provide a debuff, namely traditionalism, which gives minus 15% MAPI, so we really need to change that law if we have it. Since we're on the topic, there have been changes to legislation, including new additions such as the frontier colonization that allows colonizing only states that border your existing states, as is the case with the Wild West in North America and the tip of South America. The nations there can finish colonizing their starting areas, but would need to change legislation to colonize the rest of the world. Certain legislation has also been given a much more important and needed role, as is the case with the healthcare that gives a massive boost to your citizens' standard of living depending on the healthcare institution level, as well as it can lower the pollution levels. Education also significantly helps with assimilating pops to your desired primary culture alongside educating them. Do remember, changing laws now also pushes certain layers of your society towards specific interest groups, such as, for example, peasant levies pushes aristocrats towards the armed forces, so you need to be more mindful with the laws that you pass and make sure that they fit in the vision that you have for your country. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video that covers everything that's new with Victoria 3.